She was gone when I woke up. So I called, I've called the police, I've called the hospitals, the shelters. My brother's in Vegas. He's gonna try to get a flight back.
Look, I'm gonna come over.
I walked through the door with you. The air
Abby?
was cold. Something about it felt like home.
Abby.
Somehow.
He knows what's in your bedroom closet.
Andy's taking over the medicine cabinet.
And you still got it in your drawer, even now.
Show you, this is my girlfriend's place. I'm looking after it while she's out of town for a couple months, but she should be back soon. So.
How soon?
Oh, your sweet disposition.
We got this, okay? We're gonna find your mom. Promise.
We're singing in the car, getting lost upstate. Autumn leaves falling
job.
down like pieces into place, and
You were really good.
I can picture it after all these days. And I know it's long gone, and that
I know.
magic's not here no more.
Let's go find
and I
her.
might be okay, but I'm not fine at all.
So, you asked what I was looking at before you gave me a high five.
Yeah,
you're a badass. How'd you get this number?
Oh, that's an report. But anyway, I wanted to check on you.
These are for you.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
There is champagne, truffles. Abigail Clark, Olympic team. What is this?
Your cheeks were turning red. You used to be a little
200-meter butterfly.
That was a long time ago.
Gotta have this out. You should be proud. That was nice to meet you.
telling stories about you on the T-ball.
Be kind to her.
You told me about
just
your
pushes it
past,
away.
thinking you
I want you
but
to talk
it's just-
to your brother. You like me.
You did. Although he was really funny when he thought you had moved in.
We were always skipping.
Yes, I kind of did, right?
And I was thinking
okay?
on the
Stop being
drive
your
down
place.
anytime now.
Yeah.
He's gonna
I mean, I hadn't
say
really
it's
thought about it like that, but
You
you've
never
been so
called
amazing
it
through
what
this.
it was.
I got your back. You know that. I felt like I was being haunted by this memory of her. Not. She didn't break up with me. Who told you that? You know, she's been in Morocco over a week. Abby. Look, no, Abby, stop. Okay, we'll just tell us who we're going inside. So the girls are done with school. Your father. You deserve it.
To forget who I needed to. Here we are again in
Even better.
the middle of the night. We're dancing around the kitchen in the refrigerator light. Down the stairs, I was there. I remember it all too.
So everyone, this is Abby Clark. She is LA's fiercest 911 operator.
They just go back to being phone buddies.
Why?
You were thinking about it.
I'll call you.
You're the spirit of my man.
You want me to stop? She's the perfect woman.
I'm not crazy. It's a crazy story.
No, yeah. It's just.
I just had no sense of self. I care about you so much. I realize I also kind of lost myself a long time ago, and I wanted to talk to you about everything, honestly.
That's what you're sorry for.
I think I was afraid that if I came back, I would become that person again.
Tell me.
Thank you.
Damn, man. I just wanted to apologize. It's all right. We both got a little hot. Dude, what's going on? First you're in here sneaking around trying to grab your stuff, and now you're skipping town.
Hard to drag somebody through it. I don't want, I don't want that for you. Buck?
Most of us want to know if you're single.
Oh, that's very sweet of them.
I'm not interested in sleeping with you, so.
What promise? I promised I would bring him back.
What?
Abby. His fiance's Abby. Look, it's not just about her.
Oh, you're the woman from the phone.
Yeah.
911 operator.
Right, yes.
She's doing fine. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
I wanted to be supportive, but she still hasn't come back and I don't know what to do.
And he said it's supposed to be fun, turning 21.
I thought you weren't doing that anymore.
Hey, I'm not. You know me, right? Come on.
I don't know. I don't even know who I am right now. But I definitely don't feel like I know who you are right now. You tried dating after Abby left?
Which did not work out.
So you just stopped trying? By the way, what happened to Earthquake Girl?
Taking it slow. She's in New York.
After plaid shirt days and nights when you made me your own. Now you
Me to
made up
figure
my
out
things and
who I am
walk home alone.
without you.
But you keep
Well,
my old scars.
Phoenix is home and LA used to be home, so. Somebody waiting for you there? You stopped waiting for me a long time ago. Thank you, Buck.
No. Oh. Don't worry about it.
He was the one who helped me find you.
That is one heck of a good deal. I am in. Promise. We'll, bring him back to me. No one is good when it's personal.
Back before you lost the one real thing you've ever known.
Yeah, that'd be great.
I'll call you again sometime. I don't want to do anything exclusive. For now, I think it's best to just talk on the phone.
But maybe the truth is, I'm the one who disappeared.
Girl, nah, she's good. She's back with her mom. You should be here.
Well, I can't thank you enough. I'm so grateful. You saved that little girl, and
Nah, you did. You're the real hero here.
I appreciate you saying that.